I know that everyone who has a cat that loves their cat says my cat is the best cat to ever exist, but truly mine was the best cat ever created. Franco was 5 years old when we got him. Basically, he was with us all my life. Just a few months after I was born, my sister got her cat. Mind you, my dad hates cats and is allergic to them, so it is a miracle. But he was with us for 13 years. My mom named him Franco because he seemed like a gangster. In fact, in his last year, we found out he had been shot somewhere in the shoulder, so that makes him even more of a gangster. At first, we didn't like each other, but as time went on, we decided to call a truce. One day, I was in a very old chair and he curled up next to me. First favorite memory of him. Every single time I cried in my life, he came, or at least was in the same room as me. I remember countless times him comforting me when I was sad. There's not a time I can remember that he did not come, and I thank God for that. Franco's one of a kind. I think he decided to become my buddy instead of my sister's. He slept in my room most nights and often cuddled while attacking me with his nubs. He didn't have any front claws, by the way. He had his funny moments, like the time he tripped on multiple occasions. Sometimes when my cousin visited, he would attack our feet when we were in my bed. He was a fierce, grumpy old man. No one could have loved him more than us because he was there for us more times than I can count. Despite what my dad would say, Jesus gave us a blessing. In his final years, I began to call him Buddy as a nickname. I'd say, "Oh, Buddy," or "Hey, Buddy, come here." He was truly my best buddy I ever had. He knew I needed a buddy as I was dealing with seizures and difficulties. He was the best friend I could have ever asked for. In his 18th year, he began to cough a lot more than usual. His coughs lasted longer each time. We were worried about him, and we were right to worry about him. He had what looked like cancer in one of his lungs, and it was hard for him to breathe. This crushed my whole world. My buddy was going to die. No, I couldn't bear it. When my mom told me we would have to put him down, I cried and cried. My sister had come home from college to say one last goodbye. We all sat next to him on the floor and told him it was going to be okay. Earlier that day, I had gone downstairs to find him to spend some time with him. I found him tucked away in some blankets in one of the closets. I laughed at him and he got up. I started to cry and promised him I would be with him when he went to heaven. I meant every word. The next day, he was really suffering, and we were going to try to wait a couple days before sending him to the vet, but he was struggling. I went with my mom to the vet. I had put some Josiah Queen music on the radio because sometimes I would play Josiah Queen music or Franco, and later I would find him curled up next to my iPad, which was playing the music. And so I put it on for him so he'd enjoy it one last time. I got really teary-eyed when Fishes in Love started playing because it had a line on there that struck me about the whole situation. "Oh child, let go. I know you are uneasy, but I'm in control. I'll make the most of your fishes and loaves." As I was holding him in his final moments, I thought about how happy he'd be when he saw Jesus. Something told me my buddy would be waiting for me at the gate. Sometimes my mind drifts back to the moment and replays over and over and over and over. I love that moment. It was the saddest day of my life, but it was also the happiest day of my life. My most favorite day ever because he got to see Jesus.